I'm Angela. I have a PhD in physics. I've been working as a physicist for over a decade, and I'm here to tell you what the physics establishment doesn't want you to know. General relativity doesn't work. Quantum mechanics isn't real. Black holes don't exist. CERN is just a big hole in the ground. No one has ever seen a particle. Magnetic monopoles definitely exist, and they power perpetual motion machines for fast travel, like in WoW, but only wealthy people are allowed to use them. This is a video about crackpots. That's it. That's the intro.
It is fair penance that physicists and cosmologists be subjected to the constant unsolicited inflow of helpful, if mostly nonsensical ideas. Why is this fair? Because physicists and cosmologists are the official purveyors of the greatest nonsense of all, under the banner of science. No wonder physicists are cranky, bullying, and hostile. Had they not made so many mistakes and failed to correct them, they could be lauded, but they are locked into a Sisyphean struggle against dead-end ideas and a public that is increasingly aware of their nonsense.
A crackpot is an eccentric amateur physicist working on an unfounded, non-mathematically rigorous theory of physics, and the air quotes are going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in this video. A crackpot will then send this theory to a physicist and demand a response, but really they're demanding praise for being a physics genius. There are exactly two types of crackpots. Type A is the retired engineer, like someone who worked in a science adjacent field, like maybe when they started college they wanted to study physics, but life got in the way, and now that they are retired, they finally have the time to dedicate to their passion. And I think that's amazing. I admire that so much. But the problem is that instead of maybe watching some Khan Academy videos or taking an entry-level physics course, they jump just head first into whatever topic's been fascinating them for the past 30 years. So gonna pull out a graduate level textbook on general relativity or the latest paper on dark energy or string theory, and immediately they're completely lost. So they're like, this doesn't make sense to me at all. This isn't what I thought physics would be like. And instead of chuckling to themselves and saying I should get back to elementary level physics to get started and spending the time to build up that background, the crackpot kind of responds I don't understand this at all. This must be wrong. Physicists are wrong. I'm going to start writing my own theories. Here is an example I found on a crackpot's website to kind of highlight this personality. I can say that physicists were right on top of the solution for so long, but were wearing very specific blinders due to false prior interpretations. I happen to be lucky and useful idiot savant who might have gone into physics research as a career, but chose big public corporate systems engineering instead. Since I never dove deep into advanced physics and the associated mathematics, I was not inculcated with the approaches. So at this point, they've decided that physicists are wrong and they're going to be working on their own theories, and they never go back to learn the math. Type B is very similar. I'm going to call it the dropout. So it's a smart person. He grew up probably enjoying physics, probably enjoying popular science media related to physics, like Michio Kaku books and The Big Bang Theory. And he goes to college and he's like, I'm a smart person. I'm going to do physics and I'm going to help the world with my smartness and my physicsness. And he doesn't do that well. So he will go to the TA's office and be like, I don't understand. I'm smart. Physics is innate. I should be good at physics. I understand the physics. I just don't understand the math. And that's why I failed the test, which is very funny. You can't do physics without math. When you say I understand the physics but not the math, you're kind of saying you understand physics the way a baby understands physics. Like a baby in a high chair holding a ball knows that when she throws that ball, two things are going to happen. It's going to kill, everyone's going to laugh, they're going to love it, and two, the ball will hit the ground. That baby does not know physics. That baby does not know what the word gravity means, but she understands physics without understanding the math. But that is not doing academic physics. That is not doing physics research. That is just living in the world and having a body and experiencing the world. So our dropout tries to convince the teacher how good they are at physics, and they're unsuccessful because they don't take the time to learn math, which is very common with crackpots, and they fail the course. And that is when they decide there's something wrong. There's something wrong with physics. There's something wrong with the way physics is taught. There's something wrong with the professors. I am smart. I should be good at physics. there's something wrong, and they start developing a theory, physics. A perfect example of that I found recently on Nate Silver's Twitter. Now, I'm not saying Nate Silver is a physics crackpot. He is an economist, but he tweeted this, and it just encapsulates that attitude perfectly. When I went to college, I was debating between being a physics major and an econ major, and I found the introductory physics courses a lot more alienating. So I majored in econ. Lots of formal and hard, at least to me, math, and little focus on conceptual understanding. But it's very funny to me for two reasons. The first is that Nate Silver is a professional economist, and economics is a hard science. There is a lot of complicated math in economics. Like the movie A Beautiful Mind, John Nash is a Nobel Prize winner in economics, and the math looks like this. And an entry-level physics course, the math looks like this. And I know math anxiety is real. I'm confident, Nate Silver, you could have done this math if you just studied at home, if you practiced algebra before going to physics. Like, why do crackpots think that physics should be innate and easy?